Hello everyone, this is Unofficial Sando. Today I'm going to continue my big data series. I'm going to talk about how to implement a join pattern problems by PySpark. If you like my videos, you could support me by subscribing my channel or liking my channels. You can find the code of the video examples and all my video list in the description below. So first, I'm going to talk about some introduction of join pattern. The join pattern is very frequently operation in data science. Say we have two tables. For example, in the picture here, table A and table B. Then one table have employee ID and their names. Another tables have another set of ID and the city the employee come from. There's a various type of join way to join the two table. One is called inner join, which is to find the duplicate IDs between two tables and only copy from the duplicate IDs content. For example, here A has 1 and 2 ID and B has 1, 2. So the output is only take 1, 2 IDs contents, which is their name and their city. So it's a 2-row, 2 columns tables output. There are also a left outer join. So basically take the full employee ID at left one, which is A here. So it takes 1, 2, 3 and copy all the name here. Then find whether the table B has the duplicate one. Here is 1, 2. So it's copy the corresponding city. Then since table B doesn't have ID 3, so you just put none here. The same thing for right outer join. The only difference is that it keeps all the entries in table B and filling none if there's cannot find one in table A. So we have left outer join and the right outer join. Of course, we have full outer join, which is to keep all the entries from both table and table B and fill none if that not existing in alternative table. For table A and table B, in total we have 5 different ID, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So we will copy 1, 2, 3 name here, and for 7 and 8, we don't have employee name corresponding, so we fill none here. Then the same thing for the city here. So next, I'm going to implement a replicated join pattern, which is doing join operation between one large and one small data set. It used to use these patterns in an inner join application or left outer join, especially when the large data set is the left data set. Then let's take a look for the data flow. In a regular data flow of PySpark, we will split a data into several partitions. Then all the data will be operate in a individual mapper, not here. Now we also have a small dataset B. So since it's very small, we can fit into memory so that PySpark can help us to distribute this memory or cache into different mapper to doing the operation. So each copy of dataset we are doing join operations with the corresponding partition of dataset A and output its part. Then eventually we can reduce all the output part to generate finally output. Now let's look at the example. Here I have large data set. I have a user's ID and country and city I generate from the data frame format. Then I create another small dataset which has ID as well, and the user's post maybe in some forum or website. So now I want to join this big data frame and the small data frame. To use the join operation in PySpark, I first transfer this data frame to RDD by generating the tuple. The tuple's keys by using its ID, and the key values is the rest columns. A very important feature I'm implementing here is just to broadcast the small RDD. Since the broadcast variable cannot take RDD, so I simply generate it to a list. The PySpark will distribute broadcast variables to workers with low communication cost. Then after I define the broadcast variable, I can go ahead to do the join operation with big RDD and its broadcast variables. So what happens inside is to split the big RDD into the several partition and doing the join operation with small one. So now we can check the result. Since the join operation is basically the inner join, we will only have 1 and 2, which is the duplicate entries between the big one and the small one. It's automatically join the columns. The USA and the country and the city is belong to table A, and its post is belong to the small dataset. Now we'll find the output is not looks really nicely because the country and the city basically is wrapped as a list, and the post is another tuple. So we're trying to iron out the whole nested tuples by doing another map function. Then after we're doing that, we transfer them to the data frame, and we can show in the data frame format. So this clearly shows that we have done the join operations successfully. One thing for this implementation that you can replace this join with outer join, left out join, or right out join. Then if you generate a non-values most possible. So at map function here, I assume for each entry, for example, for the tuple of country and city, I will have 2 elements. But if it's PySpark will filling none for here, those way to entry is not workable. So you have to handle the name value here if you use outer join operation using this code. Alright, so hopefully I explained the join patterns clearly, but if you have questions, feel free to drop your comments below the video. And thanks for watching, and see you in next video.